But we had our little break, and we are now after the events of Saturday at the electronic fair here. Everyone survived. It gets to go home. The only thing that was amended, this was off screen, was for the humanity loss that we rolled. For everyone else, it was just a static one. For Chameleon's character Outback, he voluntarily took the 1d6 because he was actually there. He was in the splash zone. He was there like for the violence and any other realizations where everyone else was sort of remote to it. It was close by. It's still a heavy thing to consider what this new tech could possibly bring or threaten, or even provide interesting opportunities for future wet work or otherwise. Everyone else but not Gopher, Outback just lost one. Outback lost two. We upgraded from 1 to 2 for being in the splash zone and or for the critical failure on the resist. That was the only thing we amended, but we should be.
I doubled my humanity loss.
The show's winding down. You all you're processing things as you're allowed to leave. At least outside of the convention center, you all are allowed to get together. The inside, after you clock off in your separate areas, then like Gopher and Kiri can meet with the pleb tier convention employees, or the not now, but the no longer convention employee of Outback, in order to share notes. So on the way, we can do that. Now JP, of course, will hoof it. So JP, if there's any, actually, he'll be back in a moment. But so we can always. Oh, are you still here? Okay.
Got the wireless headphones so you can listen to it.
That's right.
Yeah. They're great until they're not. So before everyone takes off from the convention center, hits the highway to go home, is there? I mean, even during, because you have your agent, but is there anything that you want to say before everyone else piles up in Outback's car and is on their way?
I will tell everyone they did a great job.
Erez looks like she's haggard.
And then I will collect my gun from.
Yep. And your gun back.
Yep. your cup holder or wherever you had it stashed.
Gun holder, yes.
Guns, cups, they're kind of the same thing, right?
No, some presentation, huh?
Yeah.
Definitely seen worse. Wait until you've seen Biotechnica drop a bioplague on a whole bunch of indigenous residents.
I'd rather not.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, it was a pretty terrible cleanup duty. Spent 3 days putting bodies in a furnace.
All right.
Okay.
Opening the window.
That's
Thanks for the inspirational talk, old man.
Humanity loss doesn't stop with me. This is now party member on party member humanity loss here.
But then the other thing that I will do is I will slip to Kiri a piece of paper that has that Shell Corporation name on it. Which lethality isn't here, but
yeah,
we can let them know when they come back.
The Akasara Corporation.
That's right.
Does anyone else think that she went psycho?
Doing all the mental math on the tech she has to have, it that could not have been easy on her systems, and I feel like there was even more tech hidden away that she had
Besides just her
beyond just
arms.
yeah. I mean, with most of this stuff, you still have to have, the neural port, but and I know with gorilla arms, uh, if your body's not augmented to actually support their strength, you can just rip them off yourself, kind of thing. So that's something to consider too.
Do you think it was a sort of Arasaka brag that all of their ninjas are going to be equipped with this shit?
Well, seeing as the fact that more than likely a lot of people would start turning those mantis blades against Arasaka goons if they started selling them, I almost am certain that they have equipped their own people with it first.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
It's kind of a humble brag, I guess. Maybe a show up to, I don't know, dick Militech in the face.
Well, in all
This is
fairness,
what our people are equipped with. What about you?
well, in all fairness, Militech also has some pretty heavy stuff. And they're just not as precise. Arasaka Tech always has a little bit of hint of personal to it, while Militech's modus operandi has more been the general area code of the enemy.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Well, the two biggest corporations in the world having an arms race pissing contest? No, I don't like it either.
I mean, didn't
Something else.
they already do that with the Fourth Corporate War? And that was only like what, 20, 30 years ago?
Well, it's been 20, 30 years. Maybe they're looking for another war. Profits might be down.
Feel like it was just yesterday. You telling me it's been 20 years?
Something like that.
Damn, I've been in Night City too long.
That's about when I was a baby.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Well, maybe 6. Maybe I was 6 years old. And it,
But like
I knew
literally a baby back then.
pretty sure my pa fought in the war, but he never talked about it much.
pretty sure that's part of the reasons that my parents left India.
Didn't serve personally in the war. I was in Night City then. But once things started settling down,
Everybody has a reason for being in Night City.
Even if that reason is just not having nowhere else to go.
Yep.
yeah, you would have told 30-year-old me that I was going to wind up in NC again. I'd have laughed. Told you you were retarded. But nope. Last laugh's on me.
Here you are, making a living as a fixer.
Making a living. I would say more like lying in an early grave. That's alright. We drum forward anyways. Because it isn't always just about ourselves in this world, is it?
Well, given most of the dates on the graves in the columbarium, I'd say your grave is anything but early.
Yep. Plenty of people live and die in less than 40 years.
Well, they say you start feeling your age when you hit 30. A lot of people in this city seem to be lucky to hit that.
People still churning out babies, though.
There's the Gannic Granny too. Some people are also just, despite all odds.
Yep.
Yeah, long odds and long lives. You can find both in Night City.
No, you all muse, and you can still stay in touch, but the hour's growing late, and you still do have to be back in the morning, if only for the half day. So, JP, you split off. Gopher.
Head to.
We'll wind up with you. I want to take the tour and bring people home. So as JP hoofs it or takes a cab, everyone else piles into Outback's car here, and Gopher, yay! It's your stack. There's your hab stack. Any words as you depart, or while you're home for the rest of the evening, while you're trying to lay down and get some sleep, because you have another half day of this before you complete your contract and you're paid. Any thoughts or actions?
Uh, Not a whole lot is coming to mind.
Okay.
Probably ponder more on the mechanics of those mantis blades, but yeah, other than that, not a whole lot.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sure that there's like some sort of a forum or something that you go to, or like a tech blog, um, where there's a couple people who are at the show. There's been no official media that has been put out about it. But you're like, oh man, I was in the fifth row and people talking about this, and uh, you know going into wild conspiracies or things kind of like what you were doing. Some more controlled people might be approaching the functionality. There's some blurry photos and videos. Like, I wasn't supposed to take pictures, but I was able to sneak this out or not be detected and asked to delete my data by security or something. So you got to there's that. Nothing really new is coming up that you haven't considered, or no one's like I'm a secret Arasaka employee. I'm gonna here's all the inside stuff. Not on this night anyway. All right. Well, otherwise you have a pleasant evening for the fact that you live in a shipping container. There don't appear to be new bullet holes in your walls. That's nice. Uh, they're easy to fix, but I mean, it's also nice just going to bed, not having to patch up your corrugated steel to let the cold air in, because either someone's aim was off or their caliber was too high for the job, and it passed through the target and into/through your apartment. Okay. We do have Kiri back just in time, because Kiri and Drez, the mega building now looms and grows larger. Outback pulls up to the, like, I don't know, I'm sure there's like a drop off place or something, and
The
you
garage.
two,
Yeah,
yeah,
the parking garage.
you may say any final words in person, bid adieu, or just be on your way to schlep back to your place.
With when you were getting into Outback's car, JP slipped you a piece of paper with a corporation's name on it.
That was cheap, right?
To me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kiri will probably look it over and probably send something encrypted to JP later with some info. If she's got anything, of course. Chances are she probably doesn't. Hey, you never know.
Thanks for giving us a ride out back.
Yeah, that's what I do.
We'll have to get you back for it one of these days.
Yeah, you can pay me back, but not let me die if there's a gunfight.
Yeah, I can do
That's
that.
assuming that we're gonna be seeing each other again after this gig.
Well,
Yeah.
neither of you seem to have a car, and I don't really have great skill in using my brain to open up doors or removing people's limbs with swords. It is a beneficial arrangement for all parties involved.
And the rest.
Indeed.
I'm sure we'll definitely be seeing each other again.
You're pretty cool.
I'm just a guy who can drive well.
There's plenty in this city that walk and take the end card everywhere they go, so we get to be stuck in traffic with you sometimes.
And I
Indeed.
get to delete the traffic sometimes.
Maybe.
I feel like if we stick around each other, that will be more an inevitability than anything else.
It depends on how many people you end up pissing off that have cars.
Well, you know, foot traffic. You know how gangers can be.
Drive-by shootings.
Most of these gangs out here are not driving what I would consider cars, but
No, I'm sure you've got a, you're relatively, what's the word? Picky when it comes to that designation.
Let's just say they're not driving Mizutoni she owns yet.
Sure.
you can call it being picky about cars. I say having standards is important.
I agree. In fact, I couldn't
All
agree
right.
more.
Well, y'all have a good night. Try not to get shot up in the building that you live in.
That's easy enough to avoid.
I imagine they have a reputation in the valley. It's just like, yeah, this mega building has 3 rules. You be nice to the old folk. You keep your head down where you can avoid it, and you don't fuck with no Kiri.
I would think rule 2 would be look before you throw your trash off the building. Nothing worse than dumping your
Yeah.
trash on someone leaning against a railing beneath you.
True, very true.
The trash chutes are all full sometimes, though.
Well, you know, that's why you gotta look before you leap.
If you're going to jump from the balcony inside the mega building, please make sure there's not someone beneath you first. We don't need to clean up 2 bodies.
You got to be efficient with this stuff. Practice some courtesy.
Very.
All right. So Outback takes off because he has he has about an hour and a half to go if we're using time as distance, or whatever to get outside the town. This leaves you two to navigate through the hallways. As you're doing so, you get in the elevator to go up to your room, and D-Rez, you're the superstitious type of person. So I'm gonna have to pick on you a little bit because your elevator, and it's done this. It's doing it a lot more lately. It could just be a prankster, but on floor 8, the elevator more and more has just stopped and the doors open. it waits a moment, even if there's no one there. Obviously, if someone's there, they'll step on. In this case, no one's getting on. And it doesn't look like the indicator light has, like, I don't know, maybe also the the button light on the outside is off. Now, as an out-of-character note for the audience and everyone, in India, 8 is an unlucky number. But,
it is just like 4 is an unlucky number in Japanese.
And then it's 13 for us Americans.
And 7. 4 and 7.
So once more the elevator stops, the doors open. On floor 8, no one's there. They close and continue up.
I might have to call the building manager about that.
About what?
It stops on 8. Almost every day. And nobody's there. You don't find that weird?
It is a little strange.
I used to chalk it up to, like, faulty tech. A bug in the system. But it's consistent. And it's just on floor 8. It doesn't get hung up on the other floors. It doesn't stop at any other floor. I think there's some weirdo who thinks that pushing the call button on the elevator and dipping out and delta the fuck out, or there's some kind of weird something. I don't know what.
Is it, I mean, I suppose the question is it genuinely that worrying to you?
It's unlucky.
I didn't necessarily take you for this exceptionally superstitious type. Superstitious, yes, but even you have to admit that's a lot.
A weird coincidence, that.
Sure.
Just very, very weird. Have you ever, has it ever stopped for you when you go out on your own?
Once or twice. But
on what floor?
This one. Given that these lifts are mostly mechanical, it's probably just something to do with the brakes. But... And she kind of leans down and she's giving you a once-over, like gently tilting your head, looking you over.
And there's evidence that she's bled from her nose and ears a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. It's fresh.
Her eyes narrow a little further. She reaches out and just, using her fingers, just whomp, spreads your eyes open, looking. She only holds it there for like maybe half a second before doing that.
They're a little bloodshot, like she's been running all day.
Nothing for it. And what she's gonna do is she's gonna sling her case over her shoulder, basically putting it onto her back. And she's just gonna pick D up.
What are you doing?
Your injuries didn't escape my notice.
You don't need to carry me into the apartment. I can walk.
You can. In your state, however, you shouldn't have to.
It was a little treacherous running today.
Yes, I could
Didn't
imagine.
want to concern you.
I was going to be concerned regardless of how it is that you felt about the matter. Because that's just how I am.
Well, I snuck a peek while you were at the Encom at the Encom show today.
Kiri, you see her lips kind of spread into a wry smile. Did you now?
Yeah. I was in the camera systems all day today.
And?
You look nice on that light bike.
You know, I think I do too. For what it's worth.
Well, maybe we could start a fund of getting you a bike.
I would need to learn how to ride better first. Maybe Akbak could teach me.
Would save us having to pay him too.
Very true, and we could ride double. Luckily, these newfangled ports do come with interface plugs, so I can jack into the bike.
I mean, I have interface plugs too. I could always drive too.
You could.
Although I don't
But
know
I'm
the
also-
first thing about driving a car.
I'm the more reflexive between the two of us.
That's true.
The biggest benefit to jacking in via interface is the fact that you become the machine. The better you are, the better the machine is. I can dodge bullets. Can you?
No, that is a superpower only you have.
Well, not just me. And her mind ticks back to Yubi.
I thought while we were all kind of just standing outside waiting for you,
Hmm.
do you think Arasaka's already outfitted everyone of their ninjas with some kind of weapon like that?
Not exactly like that, not all of them. But any Gruntil except the augmentation, certainly. You're not gonna see them on the likes of Takamura or Smasher.
But enough to maybe peacock around saying, hey, this is what we've got, to anybody who listen. Come at us, bro.
I mean, there'd be none of that here in Night City, but certainly in other markets.
You never know. Although, in the midst of everything that I was doing as far as running, I was able to figure out that those mantis blades are very important to Arasaka. They wanted the files and all the schematics and stuff recovered. I got exploded in the face for it. Digitally, not really. But I was able to recover their file, and, well, let's just say the security guy paid me 500 eddies to get it back.
Oh. And
I'm a merc.
Kiri just like gently places her hand on his head, and this is why I like you.
I'm a shrewd businesswoman.
Oh shit, I didn't know you chicas were on here, sorry. I'm not gonna interrupt anything, but I gotta go with you, alright? There's actually a guy waiting outside as you're like... Kiri's like laughing, and the elevator stops, and there's like a resident here. Don't mind me, I
I'm
don't...
Princess Carrie Anthony Rush.
Yeah.
I'm just carrying her arm. Come on. And she just beckons him onto the thing.
I would like an answer to my question, though. Bridal or fireman's Gary?
Bridal.
Princess.
Because it would be very funny to imagine you two having this conversation while D-Rez is in a fireman's Gary.
So there's the one elevator passenger, like, he looks over, like, he's not leering or he's not being, like, creepy staring or anything, but, you know, he's riding up the last couple floors here with you, and even, like, he's actually going beyond where you're at. Like, well, I hope you two have a good night, you know, do what you're gonna do. It's actually kind of good to see some love on the, love in the building. Everyone seems to hate each other.
You know, you're right. There really isn't enough love in the world. And I imagine that's when their floor arrives. Yeah, you have a good rest of your night.
Yeah, hey, and if you need some help, if you need to feel some extra love, you just come up to, and like he'll give you a room number. I don't know. I'm sure there's some sort of like a Spanish fly, like an aphrodisiac style, or like fantasy love potion or something like that. You know, you just come up there. I'll hook you up.
There's like a sex toy shop, on the bottom levels.
I'll take it under advisement.
Oh yeah, and don't worry, I don't cut it with nothing. I want you two to, live your life, have fun. Anyway, like the doors are getting ready to close. Like he kind of like holds it open. Why don't you get going, huh?
I don't cut my drugs with anything.
Right.
Every drug dealer who cuts their drugs with things. There's definitely some synth coke in that aphrodisiac.
Oh yeah, but yeah, he'll have a good
As soon as they start walking into the door, you carrying me like that is only going to make the neighbors think exactly what he thought.
And
In case it hadn't crossed your mind, we share a studio apartment. We share a single bed. People are gonna wonder.
yes, and history will call us roommates. Your point?
Okay. It's just something I wanted to point out.
Here's my question to you: are you worried about such a thought?
Only if you are.
No.
Okay then. And on that note, I like you too.
I know.
I'm sure this drain is happy being circled so often.
Meanwhile, the audience, oh, brother, get on with it.
Meanwhile, in Outback's phone, your two contacts are just D-Rez's roommate and Kiri's roommate. He fully knows your names, but each of your contacts is the other person's name.
That's funny. That's really funny.
Back in the 90s, due to a translator's mistranslation, roommate was also cousin. So.
Whoops.
So you know, or you know?
I know. It's pretty clear, D.
That we're
That you like me. Like me.
is that okay?
Yes. Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know. If you don't like girls? And if you don't, I'll get over it.
Okay. I'm going to make this as clear to you as I possibly can.
Please.
Gary's just gonna grab her and kiss her. Of course the woman of action's gonna act!
And the nerd is gonna be the nerd.
Are you engaging Sam
D-Rez is going to
move in for that kiss?
No, I feel like that's a little overkill.
But
Like,
D-Rez
she
will
is going to-
absolutely melt into it.
Yeah, I think if you used a 2077 Sandavestin to go for a kiss, you'd end up with the boys situation.
Or it'd be like, what's Akuma's move where he just like shoots across the stage and leaves like shadows of himself?
You're gonna usher a single towards
you,
me.
Kiri just a shears across the room to go in for that surprise.
Shadow clone no jutsu surprise kiss attack.
A tenet of Kiri's new martial art casually missuts the Netrunner.
Now, D-Rez, with the confession in the moment, does this ease your superstition or your worry about cyberpsychosis or all these other things? Does that melt away, or does it only suppress it for a moment? What are your thoughts actually in this?
It suppresses it for the moment. However long that moment is. But her concerns are that the dancer may have experienced some kind of psychosis. And she's going to express to Kiri, I am so glad you didn't take that Sokka job.
Yeah, me too.
Because you could have ended up like 2B.
I know it doesn't look like it sometimes, but I do actually kind of like living.
Good.
Then
Because I like to live.
as the evening does pass, and if you are kind of circling back around, if it was only a temporary suppression, at some point in time, Drez, before Kiri once more compels you to please stop spiraling and conspiracy boarding again. As you know, just as Gopher was browsing Plebit, you know, a forum for the plebs by the plebs. As you're on Plebit, you're on P/Gaming. Someone made a note about the electronic fare. Apologizes for the poor quality because it's only in 4K, but is like, guys, check out this. Check out this new gaming haptic feedback suit that was featured, and it was probably a stolen or pirated clip from the fall. So while you might have seen her on camera model like professionally next to the bike, you get the trial before that. You see everything, including the zoom in to the unfortunately very grainy and blurry 4K texture of the suit as it
God
conforms.
You need to 3D render upscale that.
Yeah, this is unacceptable. Why would anyone post that on Plebit?
Drez downloads the photo,
Into the homework file.
flicks it over to Carrie, and says, "Nice ass." Winky face.
Winky face peach emoji. Oh boy, me, the peach emoji is getting used. Finally, someone's talking about fruit.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily completely incorrect that we're talking about fruit.
Yeah, I mean, we heard the confession.
It's amazing how much people talk about canned peaches, eggplant, parmesan, and fresh water.
Yes, in the far future, internet historians and whatever, like excavators, are gonna look back and be like, "Is that what they ate all the time? Like, what was?"
Peaches, eggplant, and water? What a terrible diet.
Yeah, no wonder humanity declined as it did. All right. And then we have our moment of reflection here for Outback is you know, as all of the, you know, the elevator riding, introspection, drug solicitation, and a smoochy kiss are being delivered in a mega building in the interior of the city. Your vehicle pulls up. You know, it's colder out on the out here in the desert. Maybe your car kind of gives that like clang, clang, hang, like the cooling off sound.
The cooling clicks.
Yeah, the cooling clicks. Do you have any particular thoughts or interactions or something that you'd like to do while you're back?
Well, he also sees that Planet post got the top page about this. Top page on front page P/Gaming, but
yeah, lots of plebit eddies are awarded on that. So, Pleddies.
Yep.
Yeah, I bet.
So that'll probably be in a hard on tech article tomorrow.
Yes, I will predict the future and tell you yes.
I think there's really no point for him to actually go back tomorrow other than bringing people to their half day. Half day would probably be very boring, but given history, there's probably going to be one last thing someone tries to pull.
Well, if anything else, you got to act as gun storage for JP also.
Yeah. God. Yeah, he's probably just like, because he can't do much while injured. You really need to not do much in order to heal. So I think he's just looking through car stuff. There's probably nomad forums.
Okay, yeah.
Looks at a few cars. The only technically mass-produced cars that he actually likes because they're super luxury Rayfields. Looks at those, knows he'll never be able to afford one. Rayfields come in the millions of eddies range.
We all have these self-flagellation rituals we go through where we look at things that we'll never be able to afford, but it'd be nice.
Given we're in the 60s, and I'm pretty sure the Rayfields from 2077 are from the 2070s. It's probably like, I don't know, a Rayfield Camelot or Rayfield Lancelot or something, given their naming convention.
All right. Well then, yeah. So you're browsing. You're looking at, like, nomad boards. Like, oh, here's a swap meet, or I have I have this car. Looking to trade for something like this. No counter offers. I know what I have. The usual language that you'd find out, and probably. While there's the languages, like English, Spanish, blah blah blah. A part of me has to wonder if the nomads also don't have their own kind of, like in D&D terms, like a druidic or a thieves' cant, or I guess more appropriately be something like ranger, like trail signals or something, where on these boards or in person, there might be a way to communicate between the families. That even if the families don't speak the same language, there could also be something like that. I don't know. I'm open to it existing. If you ever want to take ranks in it, we can say that there's like kind of a weird, like a trade language or like a common nomads.
If there is, obviously it's not in there. I'm happy to make it. I would imagine it more being something like from Skyrim, Thieves Guild shadow marks, where they leave a specific set of marks to indicate certain things. He doesn't have any ranks in it because he doesn't know the Aldecaldo shadow marks.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, well, as a note, and also as a note, remember, you have at some point in time a test because of your interaction in the independent booths. If you remember, you need to test out something so you get an upgrade. We got to talk about whatever that is. If it's a win,
that might
booster,
be occurring.
Something.
Yeah, it might be happening the half day after the thing ends. And then, because this is what Outback always does online, right before he turns his phone off and goes to sleep, he makes a post on the Nomad forums of the video he recorded of Mantis Blades. He just drops that, like, oh, by the way, Arasaka has this now, and then turns his phone off.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
He just drops that on the Nomads and then goes to sleep. He will go through that in the morning.
Someone wants to farm some plebbies. All right.
You're gonna get so many DMs.
Given the fact that it's Nomads, it's definitely not Pledit. It's definitely No-Chan.
God damn.
So he drops that on No-Chan. Beam me, Nomad in the city. See this.
I'm sure you're gonna wake up to a lot of comments.
Comments and direct messages accusing you of making it fake.
Yeah,
my face when, and it's just a PTSD soldier.
Be an Arasaka show.
It's his only social interaction. It's his only social interaction every day.
God, our nomads are Chana, guys.
All right.
I mean, hey, at least I'm a cool, ironic 4chaner. I'm like, person we're currently on, who is, I believe, technically a Gen Alpha.
You haven't
Does
lived
JP
enough,
have?
so you will never
Does
have learned
JP have brain rot posters?
enough.
Yeah, I remember back in my day, 6-7. I just made myself sick.
Ew.
JP, we are at your place. If you have any last minute thoughts, shit posts, or other things
I
that
mean,
you want to do.
we dab for crit successes. We got to do this for crit fails.
The sound of the water, the nice cool air. You got your tea there. That's nice and warm. The sound of the highway traffic vibrating over the concrete above you. Are you saying you're doing anything?
The only thing that that JP is doing is, he's obviously having his normal kind of breakdown with Drake, where they go over the day, and Drake informs him on any of his contacts that needed something or whatever that Drake handled on his own. And then JP will set Drake upon a mission to do throughout the night while he's sleeping, which is to attempt to, if I may, comb the CityNet database for basically like just scattershot anything that has that shell corporation's name on it and is in the city database, like collate it and pull it up for me by the time I wake up in the morning.
Okay.
Since Drake doesn't have to sleep.
Okay, yeah, so you have the background tasks going, and you put your feet up and get a good night's sleep. Pardon. All right, well then, none of you are murdered in your sleep. Yay! And you need to wake up and complete your contracts. Well, 4 of you do. So, taking the tram, JP, and the others, you're getting picked up by Outback here. You're welcome to have any sort of texting or in-car conversations along the way, but you arrive in Pacifica, and the convention center awaits. Any news or communications you want to go through before we start the day?
Well, it's a half day. Y'all want me to wander around inside or stay out here in case you need to make a quick escape?
I suppose either one would be very convenient. I don't want you sitting and burn and chew, though.
Oh, no. Obviously, if you need a quick exit, you can send me a text. I'll have a car ready by the time you get out.
I plan on taking it pretty easy today, and I'm not going to overexert myself or extend, nothing like that. I need an easy day after yesterday.
I think we all do. I'll hang around outside. It's only a half day, so see you around lunch, I suppose.
Not expecting anything big to happen, but given the last few days,
It's wrap up, but also it's like you said, it has been a wild weekend. I don't know. I think everybody who's a staffer at this convention is ready and willing to just be done with this expo, because goddamn has it been life-threatening to a bunch of civilians on top of all of the corpos that are here too.
Indeed.
I still can't believe I did what I did with that bomb and lived.
I'm surprised it was only one guy who died.
Yeah.
That could have been worse. Like really, really though. Everyone in that space could have been hit. Like point blank would have been just obliterated. Bodies just strewn everywhere. That could have been what happened. But it didn't. You're pretty
Was it?
slick.
I have to agree.
Like the ability to think on your feet like that, holy cow. What I would give for that.
Thank you.
Like I could read a book and recite it to you within minutes. But I would not know the first thing about what to do with some kind of bomb like that.
I think under slightly less pressure you would have been able to defuse it, but
Yeah.
No clue on when it was going to explode. Did the best you could. Hell, I don't know the first thing about defusing bombs. I know some basic technical information on bombs, but
What the fuck she was even after? Who even knows?
well, I would have to guess it was either
Probably.
the corpo who was holding it or just general chaos.
A
This
bone
whole
to pick
expo has been
with
general
EDM or
chaos.
something.
what was that, Cooper, sorry?
Probably like a bone to pick with EBM or something.
Oh yes, no, that was certainly targeted.
Targeted at EBM for sure.
All of these attacks have seemed targeted, save for that sound attack on the first day.
But even that would seem targeted, right? Because of the direction of all the arcade machines? That's something you pointed out.
Well,
That was going after somebody specific, wasn't it? Wasn't it going
Well,
after Encom?
a sound-based attack isn't something very specific.
I guess. I don't know if this is me. I don't know if this is me just going on a wild limb here. But what if it's all connected?
Well, just off of principle, it is. Every single attack happened at this electronics fair.
But then
That's the one
what's
joining factor so far.
But then what's the grand plan then?
I don't know, General.
We'd have to be in on it to know that.
That would be true. And we weren't hired for that job. Although, Fluffy Bunny was.
Well, maybe JP can kick around some information with other fixes, see who hired her.
She jacked me out of the system relatively easy. I am not okay with that. I'm good at what I do.
Something tells me they were a little more than just 2-bit. That's what that says to me.
Well,
She wasn't short circuit, that's for sure.
No.
well, for sure, no one hiring someone like Fluffy Nub or this UB. Definitely not 2-bit criminals hiring people like that.
Nope, some kind of corpo sabotage sort of bullshit.
Yep.
Corpse attacking one another like it's a Saturday afternoon. Who knew?
Well, isn't that the way you climb up the corporate ladder? You cut off the arms of the person above you and use them?
And the
I
rest.
sup- or cut up other corps that are competition.
Kick over the other ladders and no one else can climb as high as you.
Corpo life is so cutthroat.
Not much different than Merc life.
I at least try to
I
help
should
people.
check the news this week, see what's going on with Segatari, given what happened with them.
They certainly had a massive drop in their stocks.
Oh yeah.
Probably some layoffs.
At least
I
two
wouldn't
people
sup-
won't be working for him again.
I don't know. I'm curious as to what's going on here. But I could be alone in that.
As a freebie, because it actually was brought up. And you all are going to have to report to your jobs here soon anyway. Outback, if this is during your time with everyone else in the car or separate, could be pure coincidence. But if you remember the guy that you fought in the control room was pretending to use a certain martial arts style on you.
Something like Mantis, something.
Yeah, Mantis style.
Huh. Y'all remember that weirdo who I was fighting in the control room?
Was that the one that I knocked out?
Yeah, him. Y'all remember what kind of style he said he was using? Rather coincidentally, it was Mantis style.
Like the martial arts style?
Oh, he for sure was not using any actual martial arts, but coincidental that he named it that, only for a few days later for Arasaka to reveal that brand new Mantis weapon.
Must have been in on it, at least.
Well, if you want to look for conspiracy, there's a little bit more.
Huh.
He was one of the guys responsible for what happened with Segatari.
Indeed.
I didn't think about it that far.
A group of people who put themselves in the who allied themselves with Segatari, who allied themselves with Arasaka in a place where everyone hates Arasaka.
Everyone does kind of hate Arasaka, but every major event was happening to everyone but Arasaka.
Yeah.
You think Sokka fronted it?
Seemingly they fronted everything, and maybe someone, Netwatch, got a little bit pissed about that and tried to send a hacking attack on them.
No, that's possible, but I'm thinking it's more a matter of they.
Well, hold on.
Sokka might have simply were willing to provide materials and resources to forward their own agenda, whilst a separate group ran chaos.
Could be, but Fluffy Bunny, she poked her hole from Netwatch into Arasaka.
technically ziggurat. I don't know if that makes a difference. Maybe it doesn't.
It
Well,
doesn't.
Ziggurat-
This day and
Ziggurat
age, it
network.
doesn't. Ziggurat is basically a product at this point, not a company.
But using the ziggurat infrastructure she
Well, if
punched
anyone would-
a wall. She punched through an Arasaka wall, gummed up a saber tooth, and made her way to the control nodes like she ran the system.
Well, if anyone was gonna know their way around the net, it would be Netwatch. They built the Blackwall, remember?
Yeah.
Any net runner they hire is on their staff is going to know their way around the current net like
Butter.
a hot knife. Yeah, like a hot knife through butter. So I think that's something to keep an eye on.
Whatever happened to the person who tried whose bomb I ended up with?
Bulldog
she got
had a
arrested.
very long talk with her.
She is now in the legal system of Night City.
After
She got picked up by NCPD.
And Bulldog had a talk with her before that, and before that I brutalized her kidneys.
What's left of her is with the NCPD.
Sorry, I couldn't help with that very much.
It's fine. I didn't have my sword, but I had a stun baton. And given that we didn't want to kill her, that was more than enough.
Well, I suppose I helped in getting people evacuated if sounding the alarms is a thing.
It's important.
True.
I put out some fires.
I certainly felt the adrenaline.
Yeah. You could have been ground zero. You could have been stopped on the pavement.
You are holding a live explosive device, Gopher. I would be exceptionally impressed if you weren't sweating bullets. Even the best trained bomb disposal experts sweat when they have a live device in their hands.
You also could have just as easily done nothing.
Yeah, you could have just let him die.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, that's kind of technically my boss or my boss's boss. So,
Well, as what came up earlier in the discussion, the way to climb in corporate ladders is to kill who's above you. That way you automatically go up a little bit.
Yes, you just become a slave to EBM in the meantime.
Since the topic did come up for this too, whatever it means, if you remember, I said that the bomb kind of acted like Bomberman in so much that the explosion was funneled away. The side of this building wasn't blown out. It was a powerful explosive. And the interior room of the demo stage, like the walls or the architecture was made in such a way that this force was funneled and it didn't, like, the next day the demo stage was being used by Encom. There certainly needed to be new paint and other things. The building is built like a bomb shelter. Like,
yeah, but the thing
heavy
is that when you set
fortress
up
from the inside, even not even just like an external, like, shield of something.
Yeah, but would you like to know a lot of it? For my dear players, I'm going to give you a little bit of a lesson in grenade and explosive physics 101. What happens when you set up a bomb inside a bunker designed to resist bombs?
More pressure.
Contained.
Pressure waves go crazy.
In Shadowrun, we call it the chunky salsa effect. But with an explosive that powerful, you're gonna go right past Chunky Salsa and into pink mist.
Yep.
That
Like
that
I said,
explosive
scop on
likely
the
would have
floor.
killed. That explosive likely would have killed everyone in the demo stage.
Which
The demo stage
probably
still
would
have
have
been fun.
included me anyway.
Yes, it would have included you.
Yes. Can confirm. I talked to someone who's in the know about that.
Really?
Yeah, it was me the whole time. All right, well, it's time to check in. It's a half day. Not that you were allowed to look like a slob, but I need each of you to make some sort of an appearance roll.
Wardrobe and style.
Oh, nice.
Wardrobe and style. Oof.
I'll pop one more my last Fickle God's favor into that, just to make sure I pass the DB13.
Understood. Mark is complete. Okay.
Nisa.
Hi, Nisa.
She's got it. Yep. She's rubbing on the camera. Yep.
Hello.
She's giving us love.
Yep. Can
Oh,
I get
JP.
What does a fickle god's favor do?
that? One.
Plus one.
Plus one.
Oh,
Modifier.
well then.
I don't think that's gonna help you though, unfortunately.
Nope.
Uh,
I look like trash.
Yep.
We're gonna say that like, what happened is like, JP went to go do the zipper on the front of it, but then like missed like 6 teeth, and now it's all gnarled and mashed together and like all twisted up, and he's like, don't know what happened.
Not used to zippers, used to buttons.
Fortunately, working at a convention center, you didn't have to pass too high of a check. Although JP, you still managed to, the bar was really low, and you still tripped over it. That's fine.
So did I.
Apparently, so the trend is telling me that about all the convention center employees are coming in on Sunday for their half day, looking pretty tired.
It's more
To be fair, I am injured.
Yeah.
a little bit like
All right. So yeah.
I won't be able to heal until I take some days off.
So each of you are. I mean, it's more, and you're gonna see that everyone just seems, like tired, and there's even people who haven't shown up. Like for the usual. All right. So, everyone get into your little like divisions in the here, and here's our rally speech.
morning
and,
brief.
Yeah, for your morning
You
brief.
stand up.
And everyone is just looking whatever. Like supervisors, like, I'm not gonna penalize you all, but like trying to like kind of fix you up, and just dealing with everything. But it has been a weekend. Now for
Certainly
morning.
in a week.
Well, I mean, it's a very long weekend then. Yeah, it has been more like a week. There's only one other role for the morning, and that is your jobs. So once more, I want you all to tell me, what are you doing for your job on this Sunday half day? Things are winding down. Some places are starting to pack up early. Others are still providing, demos or might need security. But the convention is effectively over. The risk of theft could still be there, or some nefarious plot if you hawkishly watch the rafters. Maybe there's a ninja jumping hither and to. Tell me what you're doing for your job here this morning.
I'm gonna go on the regular patrol because I think my difference is gonna happen during lunch. Because during lunch I'm gonna go seek out the bulldog.
Okay. All right. So you get back into your security bright suit, and you're patrolling. Is that going to be a perception, or are you vibe checking, or?
it's gonna be a perception. It's definitely not going to be a human perception because of the fact that my empathy is 3.
Got it.
Oof.
Ooh, not too bad.
21. That's nice.
3. That's so sad.
Yeah, I was empathy 5, and then I've got a little bit of wear installed.
All right.
And I can't go back up to empathy 4 because my max humanity is 38.
Ouch.
Don't worry. We have the same empathy right now.
So you're on patrol, and yeah, even now that you see other companies, in fact, you can see Gopher. Like, while you two had to split up to go like changing your uniforms and everything, Gopher and other EBM people are looking kind of haggard. You know, JP like pushing the mop bucket, like the support staff and such. Like everyone's just. I want to get through this. Please don't blow up and I can get a paycheck after this. There's not a lot of people here, which does make the security portion easier because you don't have to watch out for as many sticky hands. Let's see. You beat it fairly well. You do notice it's not a media day, but you would see that Jen is walking around, and there's a lot of other media that are walking around too. You know, probably just taking last-minute pictures or trying to get one last interview. So
Yep.
it would be like half public, half media on this half day. But for sure, you'd see Jen, and she's back in her normal rig, walking around looking for people to interview and talk to.
Well, it's good to see that she's good after I got her badge back.
Or is it her? Dun dun dun.
I'm going to assume that it's her by virtue of the fact that I don't think someone like Bulldog is gonna let what happened the last time happen again.
That would be a good presumption. All right, who's making our next job roll for the morning?
I can if you'd like.
Yeah, go ahead. What are you doing?
I'm gonna be conversing with folks.
Oh, excellent. Do
The
convert.
cursed conversation skill.
Yeah.
JP has, like, you know, he's sort of figured out some of the problems that he had, but he's just not all in it today. So he's just wandering around with that mop bucket. Every once in a while he's kind of snoozing, but other times kind of, you know, sees someone, strikes up a pleasant conversation.
All right, JP, and actually this is for all of you. You all would see that the Arasaka, the black box, it has up and vanished like a fart in the wind. Like, there's probably the aluminum like bleachers are like shoved up against one of the back walls. There is no sign of the black box. All the cameras and everything is gone. It is a big open space with just the remnants of what was there last night.
Okay.
So that's something all of you see. In particular for you then, as you're conversing, you are picking up a few rumors, JP, from the overnight staff. You know, and they can confirm, oh yeah, there's like an army of people coming in, and, you know, just the whole place was just filled with, you know, like they were deconstructing everything, and that seems to match. Like, that's probably not a rumor. I mean, if it was an army of people, I mean, no one's telling you, like, it was 100 or 50 or whatever, but for sure, a bunch of people had to have come in to do this job quickly over the course of the night. Where we start getting into rumor territory is that amid all the noises, some people swear that they heard gunshots somewhere in the back rooms of the convention center. And other people, well, just, you know, construction noises. Some people swear that someone was brought out in a cryo bag. And others are like, no, that was Jimmy. He was doing trash duty. He went out the back door. there's rumor and conspiracy going around. Now, for the cryo bag, also, in the banter, there's, oh yeah, well, how do you explain that it wasn't, Trauma Team? Like, no one, I didn't see Trauma Team. I was cleaning, and I knew where they had come in. They had that whole area staged off, off there. They're waiting and everything. It wasn't Trauma Team that came in. Oh, yeah, but it wasn't at all just like independent contractors. Probably some like, probably a private,
Meat wagon,
a private ripper, or yeah, like meat wagon or something. No, it was. I bet it was an exec who needed to like be snuck out, and we're just getting into like wild, maybe true, but wild stuff. But the point of it is, in the talk, there was an army of people who for sure took down the Arasaka booth, and amid the noise, there could have been gunshots, there could have been trash, or there could have been a body in a cryo bag. There could have been some things that were going on overnight. Not that there's a lot of convention center staff that were watching them, but that's the rumors going around now that the majority of the day crew is in, and things happen as they do. All right, who's next with a job?
I would like to see if it's a stretch, but I kind of want to do some things to try and connect these things together, because it's highly unlikely that 3 attacks over 3 days is coincidental. So I want to find some solid facts about, or at least solid rumors about, who's connected to who in relation to all of the perps that we've met, in relation to all the corps that are here, in relation to the independents that are here. I want to kind of cross-reference everything that we know and see if I can come to some solid conclusion as to who's spearheading this and why would they do it. So I'm kind of leaning into deduction here.
Okay. Sure. Deduction seems to work for what you're going for. Let's see what you get.
All right, and I'm gonna dump 3 luck into it.
Okay.
And I think I have 1 more fickle god.
You gonna cash that in too?
Yeah. So plus this roll plus 4. Oh, that turns that into a 22. I almost crit.
That was almost a 10. I got robbed. All right. So you're spending your morning shift. Dietz is there and you have some basic instructions. This is easy stuff. Help the, as the independent people move out, just shut their account off and, monitor. You're in monitor mode. There's no one in the field outside of the wall. It's normal traffic. In fact, it's reduced traffic because there's independent people who already left. They probably left Saturday night and don't even need to stick around for the morning, right? Because they got to pay per day, and these are small time businesses. Anyway,
just closing off access, closing off portals.
As that's going on in the background, you are spending your morning trying to put things together here. What are the puzzle pieces? What's going on? So you can do things like get online and what's Segatari stock looking like right now? It's certainly taken a hit, and there was a lot of people who wrote about it. There's some articles on Plebit about just people who Segatari never does wrong. They're the best company. Like I stand for them. And other people who are, with some rivalry or like this budding like Encom. You're getting like conversation like back in the good old days of the console wars. Kids these days don't know what it's like to have Xbox versus PlayStation versus Nintendo versus Sega Saturn even. You're finding that in the general discourse in various forums, this wasn't exactly reported on by big newspapers, other than like incident at the Night City Convention Center, which was then sort of fluff written to be a magnificent piece about, oh, the convention center can hold so many events, including an arcade, and unfortunately it was sabotaged. But, you know, the staff was on hand to bring it under control, and you should bring your business here. Unfortunately, there's media who work for and against readers or companies or whatever, just like anyone else in the city. There's not really a suspicion other than, like, rogue actors or people who are discontent with Segatari trying to sabotage them from the inside. You know, you're not going to get N54 to look into the, like, public image of some sweaty try-hard fighting game enthusiasts. It's just not going to sell content to people. So, even though that was the first thing that happened, it seems to have been the least cared about or looked into. Maybe just due to the subject matter. And then when you get to the actual, like, specialist websites, it kind of turns into, like, fan baiting or fan rage or whatever. So, maybe isolated, or the thing that you know that others don't is, I don't know, is there a connection between these people who are these sweaty tryhards who are known to use, like, cheat codes and devices, who also had a connection to the Mantis Blades, because the one guy wanted to use the Mantis form, and kind of, you know. Now, as for... oh, geez. We have, speaking of dystopians, here's some Final Fantasy VII battle music. Welcome in, Raiders, King Nothing Live. Good to have you here. Let me give you a quick shout out here. How are things going over in on your channel?
Hello there.
Oh, and thank you for the follow. You're enjoying Dungeons and Dragons. Hey, please do share what was going on at your virtual table. We're finishing up a gig here in Cyberpunk, so please, you know, tell your story, talk about what you do on your channel while we're going through here. As for the explosion, that did get a lot more, because that threatened not even EBM, that threatened this big development project of a stadium, a brand new stadium in Night City. So many, this is uniting, and you see that across the media as you're, like, looking through, you know, scream sheets and newspapers and stuff, and a ton of people are excited about this. And the person, there's been no details about this person that have been released yet. You know, obviously it's too soon for any sort of court or whatever, well, unless a lot of money changes hands. The thought, though, as to why this was, is rumored to be some act of, maybe even it was appropriate that we got rated in with Final Fantasy VII music, some sort of, like, eco-terrorism. Like, don't dig up all this land, don't make this huge development. And while EBM isn't necessarily a notorious polluter, there is the very quiet and unspoken part that Petrochem is involved in the stadium as well. And so it's thought that this was some radical person who wanted to disrupt all the development of the land and take down a member of Petrochem's board who was in the audience, which I think you brought that up, that you saw someone from Petrochem just kind of standing quietly at the front of the line in the demo stage.
Yeah.
But that's the current, and it's also backed up. It falls in the course of internet drama, but one of the big streamers, Brotherman, ever since that was was endlessly bitching and conspiracy theorying that like why Petrochem Savoil should have been the partner here. Savoil, because he favors like these Eastern companies and a lot of this other stuff. Like they should have been the ones. Like their technology is even better. They've produced more oil than Petrochem ever has. And so like he's going hard in this for something that presumably doesn't really like he's shown no interest. He doesn't cover sports or anything. But man, if he's not like Petrochem bad, Savoil good. Just the day after, and here's like one of the bigger influencers, like kind of like the Gannick Granny, or we have Fair Dinkum, and we have these, Will It Launch, the brother and sister team there for that. Like he's a bigger name in content media in Night City. Then as for Saturday, articles have now come out and have been written about the new tech, quote unquote mantis blades featured. Is this the next Wolver? Nothing at all is brought up about data breaches or any kind of net infrastructure or overload. You were on the front line of a battle that technically wasn't fought. It was, but it wasn't. And
Invincible warriors.
Is this a comeback for Arasaka? And then depending on the source that you read, people are like, oh, this could be the return of Arasaka, the new Arasaka. It's been so long. They've paid their penance, and maybe this is an offering to the people of Night City. Or others are like, no way. And at this very moment, for all we know, people have already been implanted with this new lethal piece of cyber tech. So as far as anything Arasaka or net related regarding that hack, or the stuff that you saw, people are more or less just geeking out or arguing over the debut of the Mantis Blade. The biggest thing people are talking about is the bomb, and that is in part because the stadium seems to be such a unifying thing. Like almost all media are writing something good or at least neutral about the stadium. Unusually so. And maybe you're pessimistic and you're used to just everyone kind of falls to a side of something. This seems to be a nearly damn unanimous good thing that a lot of people are writing good stuff for. And that if this bomb went off, that could have jeopardized a lot. So in your research, these are the kinds of, because you did the library search, so that's just sort of like clicking around the internet while you're checking on people's accounts.
No, I did
down
deduction.
things. Or I'm sorry, deduction, not library. We putting the parts together. Then so it wasn't the deep search, but it was like, okay, what are the topical stuff? And then you like put into a program that just sort of like collated the headlines, and you're like doing like the digital conspiracy board. As far as a connection, these are three things that happened at the same place that ultimately these don't seem to be connected. Because only people who really love Segatari cared about Segatari. That was not really news. Everyone loves the stadium. That's big news. And, and then, oh my gosh, there was a bomb and, and someone died, not even arrested. That was the biggest thing. And as far as Arasaka, that's just like tech blog stuff, or people who like military hardware stuff, or they're like articles you'd get in the Wall Street Journal and not in a normie publication, right? Specialist stuff. So tech stuff, business stuff, that kind of a thing. So there's not really a your deduction would show that there doesn't seem to be a common thread, other than all these companies operated, under the same roof in this new convention center. This pride and joy of Pacifica, and a lot is also going on because the city continues to be in this building boom. Things are getting brighter. There's all these new projects. The mall that's going up. There's the amusement park. There's a lot of good cheer. And maybe it was the case that just 3 notable companies all had something bad happen.
Not connected at all, except for the convention center.
Yes.
That's bizarre.
It does showcase, though, how secure and flexible the convention center is to be able to host so many different companies at the same time doing many different things. And everything still went off very nicely. Well, even despite the bad things happening, the convention center's still standing. It doesn't have a wall blown out. People still were attending. So maybe the convention center is the common thread, but it's facilitated by Night Corp. I don't know if you consider them to be bad guys or not.
They're a corp. I mean, they're just as bad as any.
Who also, as JP was talking about, did need permission from the city to arrange some of the third-party stuff for Arasaka. But that's, what? A corrupt city hall? That's a tale as old as time. All right, I have that score recorded, and you have some feedback there, and then let's get a Gopher. What are you doing for your job at EBM?
I suppose I do kind of just one last sweep around the booth.
Ooh. Man, Gopher, you're just flexing this whole time. Nice. Man, oh man, all right.
True fail.
Wow.
True fail. True
Wow.
fail. Oh, no true fail.
All right.
4 versus 31.
Yeah.
You find 12 more bombs.
Congratulations, you win. All right. You're doing your electronic security tech, and fortunately in your sweep, as things are kind of getting broken down, a lot of the ancillary showcases, the tech, and all this, you don't find any kind of listening devices or sound magnifiers or bombs. And you go through, everything you touch is clean. It's a clean disassemble. Everything gets back in the box. Everything is marked and scanned in. You are the peak employee. And you're the temp, and you're making the actual hires who were brought in here look you're putting them to shame. You come in, you do your job, you do a hell of a job. And really the last thing that's getting broken down is the interactive display of the stadium, which is still very popular and people love spinning the wheel. So in this instance, beyond a perhaps another email asking if you would like to work, there's nothing that is coming up that would be suspicious or bad. You've definitely proven yourself to these people. In fact, probably to the point that you know what, you're gonna have an email as well from Data Inc. and NCOM, because like you've done a fantastic job and you're sandwiched between them. Like they've noticed you. They're trying to headhunt you from EBM. So you're actually going to get rival emails from NCOM and Data Inc. to see if you'd like to work for them instead. So now you have 3 that you could end up choosing from with competing packages if you want to live that life. Maybe you don't.
Sell your soul. Sell your soul.
Yeah, now you have 3 devils competing for it. The value is going up. All right. Now, Outback, I mean, you don't have a job to do per se, but is there something while you were on the outside of the convention center, right? You were just sort of like keeping the car warm or babysitting the piece or what?
I'm just babysitting people's weapons.
Okay.
If they don't want to put them into coat check. Half day, so, you know, if they don't provide lunch on a half day, which they probably won't, we'll all go out and get some food. But I did this on purpose because I knew I wasn't going to have a job role today. But I have to go through online comments from my posts, so I'm going to resist torture and drugs.
Yeah, I mean, you did post that on the equivalent of 4chan, so let's see how many people told
All
you.
right, yeah. Roll cope and seethe.
And might as well use my last fickle gods in this.
Got it.
21. An older,
Nice.
previous funny number.
The haters, nothing.
I get a good laugh out of them.
You have people being like, "Oh yeah, you know, get real." You know, they're using all the words. Fortunately, on the Nomad forums though, people don't give a shit and they aren't like canceled or anything.
Yeah.
But you have a bunch of people stepping up, and like you're sort of becoming the crowd favorite for your leaked video of the Mantis blades, and so you have the favor of the online crowd here. As you know, people are like, no way, this is totally faked, and you know, then like going into this, like this is totally got to be a manipulated image, and you know, oh yeah, well you're just an Arasaka shill and all this other stuff, and then no, they're like those dissenting voices are being weighted or like crushed under the weight of people like, no way, this guy's totally.
This guy's legit.
Yeah, like he's based in Chu Pilled or something like that, and you know, you get all the language of like, no, he's legit, he's good, you know, this passes cred, and get out of here, you're totally a new friend, and you know, you gotta lurk more, so.
I think I hope I'm the only one here who gets that reference, Maddie. I do hope.
I don't know. It's kind of like putting a bad dragon mug on your desk at work. You know, if people know, are they going to say that they know or not?
You can either admit you know it, or you can either call someone out for work inappropriate stuff, but to do so, you have to admit you know that it's work inappropriate.
You know, so all right, online
We call
victories.
that a double-edged sword.
Well, you know, because you're like, haha, you know, you're seeing that, and because you're not having, you know, you're not spiraling out of control because people online said mean things about you. You do notice that there is a little podium being set up here, and that there are some crowds that are starting to gather outside of the convention center here. It looks like maybe like a press conference or something is being set up. There's not like stands or anything. It's like a single podium, and then there's some media just kind of like they're talking amongst each other, doing their thing. But they're seemingly waiting for something to happen here.
I gotta stay with the car in case something bad happens and we need to make a quick getaway. But he's just gonna step out of the car and just, lean against it and listen from over where he's at. See if he can hear it. If they got a podium, they probably got a microphone, so.
Yeah, well, no one's at it yet. This is the beginning of. There's something that's going to happen. No one's talking or doing anything yet. It's just sort of a bunch of milling around and setting up for some sort of a speech or a declaration or whatever's going to happen.
I'm assuming that this is like actually a street, so I can't just park on the side of it and listen.
Yeah, like you're going to have to like circle the block and.
Yeah.
All right. The final roll of the day from each of you as you say goodbye or good riddance. I'll leave that up to you. I want each of you to make some kind of a social roll. Pitch to me a social skill. Roll it. And, do you want to leave an impression? Do you want to network? Do you want to tell a supervisor to go away? Maybe in harsher terms. You tell me what your final goodbye is going to be as the day ends, and you as employees will be let go as having fulfilled your contract.
Persuasion.
Persuasion? All right. Are you trying to persuade Dietz, or... And if
Persuade Dietz to let you play a really old song called Good Riddance over the intercom.
Probably just to, persuade her into working with me as independents later on down the line.
Oh, okay.
Like one netrunner to another.
Got it. So maybe if there's in the scream sheets, if there's not a canned for you, that maybe she can dig up some work in particular, rather than just sort of take rando jobs. Okay, sure. Go ahead and roll it.
I'm gonna put my last 2 luck in that.
Okay. Nice.
14.
The last 2 luck did come in handy then. Okay. Dietz, she sighs. Erez, you really stepped up. You did a lot. The offer to have the full-time job is still here. I hope you take it, but I'll tell you, if that's not the life for you, I respect it. Our paths are different, and maybe in a way you're doing something that I wish that I did. If you're in need, may not be able to do it often, but let me know. Derez to Dietz, not employee to supervisor. And she'll flick you her deets.
Same to you.
Of course. Well, hey. It was
Never
nice
too late
have-
to follow your dreams.
I don't know, Derez. I dream pretty big, but the paycheck I have is pretty secure.
Yeah, I can understand. But I know a fixer who's like 100 years old. And he's still kicking about his dreams.
She she doesn't know quite how to take that, but just sort of like smiles and nods at you like, oh, well, I guess that's motivational.
You're never too old to pursue your dreams to be elderly French Black Batman.
Yes. Don't let your memes be dreams, everyone. All right, but you on your character sheet, if you want to put this isn't like vampire per se, where there's like dots or something, but this would be like a very basic like 1 dot contact of Dietz, who's the supervisor of InfoSec at the Night City Convention Center.
Put that down in the data
All right.
log portion.
Who's socializing next?
Uh,
I can get the old man in the way, and he can just chat people up again.
All right. What you got, old man? You may be 100, but
bro.
I hear you're still kicking.
I'll put my last 3 luck into it, so it'll get a +3.
Oh,
18.
nice. All right.
total of 18.
And he's really like, he's kind of looking to hit up some of the working class folks, the ones that are breaking down these booths and helping out with the cleaning, trying to get a general vibe of, I don't even know. I don't think he cares. He's still trying to figure out his zipper.
Yep. Okay. Then I guess in a similar sense here, for a couple of the full timers, of the full time support staff here at the convention center, if you need some not really word on the street, but maybe word from the floor of the convention center that this is the big gem of Pacifica. They want to hold all sorts of events here and all sorts of other stuff. On a uncommon or just kind of on a rare basis, you can tap these contacts for some information. I don't have a fixed, again, it's not like vampires once per week you can feed off of someone or whatever. In concept, you have a couple guys at the convention center that you can talk to who are
It's almost like I've done exactly what my job as a fixer is. I know a guy.
Yep, exactly. You know a guy. And so you may not need to call on them often, but when you do, they're there. Hopefully. All right. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
Normally in my car I'm a drifter, but right now I'm gonna be a grifter, and I'm going to also do a complementary check to the check I want to make, which is I'm going to make a forgery check to forge UB's signature on this VIP pass and then try to sell it as UB's signed VIP pass.
Oh my god.
Using the trading skill.
Okay.
So, complementary skill check goes first to see if I can properly forge a signature. Put 2 luck. Cool. Gives me a +1 to my trading roll. I'm trying to sell this real signed VIP pass, signed by UB himself.
Let's see if you can find a fool.
Yep, and I'm going to put another 2 luck on this, +1 from complementary skill check, so for +3 total. $16.
Okay. You're cruising around a lot, and there's a growing crowd, which there's the media or people who might have a convention pass. There's a lot of people who are just sort of rubberneckers out on this Sunday, looking, oh, hey, what's the crowd and everything. You've passed by. You might call someone over who's like, oh, what's going on, or I heard this. I'll say that you can you sell this person what you think is UB's signature. I don't know if you ever
I don't actually know
before, it. So, but
no, I haven't.
There's a fool born every day, and so you are able to. At least here in the afternoon, you are able to get 10 eddies.
Hey, it's about not even a tenth of what I've paid JP for this mask.
Well, I don't know, to get it authenticated, you're asking a little bit too much. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 10. It's afternoon and everyone's gonna be like, I don't know, you're probably getting like messages through Drake or something like, hey, our shift's ending, we're putting up our uniforms. So you're like, fuck it, I'll take 10.
Yeah, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Alrighty.
Apply.
Gopher or Kiri?
Grifting is fun.
I think I'm gonna do a persuasion.
Okay. And who are you trying to persuade of what?
My boss at EBM for a bit of a bonus, considering my performance and kind of
Bravery and heroism in the face of imminent danger.
yeah.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead and roll it.
And for funnies and against my better judgment and all that good stuff, given that persuasion's 6, I'm gonna dump all 8 of my luck into it.
You want your fickle god in here too?
Nah.
Oh, okay, we're saving that for next week.
No, just luck is fine, I guess.
All right, luck dump. Okay.
9, 8, 4, 17. You know what? I'll use the fickle favor. Bump that to 18.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Let's get that recorded. You know what? You really did step up and perform. You're owed every eddy of your contract. And I'll tell you what. Especially if it'll help sweeten the deal for the job offer that I know you have from us. I'll give you 500 for your performance during this convention.
$500 Eddie bonus, and you were already getting paid like, what was it, 500? I think.
500 bonus. That's literally half of a month's rent. So.
Yeah, you basically paid for your month's worth of rent with just this job.
My monthly costs are 1,100, so I've basically paid.
Oh yeah, it's 1,000 rent and 100 food.
You already got 1,000 for Mikael.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have. I thought I saw some Data Inc. guys as well as some Encon guys having a look my way. So I almost wonder if EBM's the only one I'm going to get an offer from.
You're twisting my balls, Gopher. I'll tell you what, because you did exceptionally well, and you are actually, you've walked up to your supervisor and you have placed yourself on the table as a, consider my offer in return. Now, what are you going to do about it? I want you to make one more persuasion. You've already burnt your luck. We'll see what happens if you've twisted or busted your supervisor's balls to try and get a little bit more incentive to not take an NCOM/Data Inc. job with those emails you have. Okay. Breaking my balls. Best I got is 500 for you.
Yeah, it's all right.
And Kiri, what would you like to do for your social skill?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll some persuasion.
Okay, and who are you persuading, and of what?
I don't want another corp job. I really don't.
Mhm.
I did that life. It ain't for me. I'll see. Given that my role was not just security but multifaceted, especially yesterday,
Mhm.
I'll see if I can't give a point to my supervisor to try and kind of push for a bonus as well.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Talk to your supervisor because he was. Yeah, he was a veteran of the corporate wars, as we've established. He seemed to be a really cool guy. He respected what you did, your performance over this. So sure, see if you can persuade him to give you some extra muns.
Okay. Let's do it. 12.
Hmm. Not my call to make, Kiri. I don't have the spare cash. I'll tell you what, though. You did really step up. If you don't want to work for income, I understand. There might be time and again where professional to professional. Maybe if you need help with something, I could go out of my way to lend a hand.
Given that I'm sure they've probably all gotten changed at this point, like uniforms are up and all of that, and Kiri's probably back in her light armor jack. I imagine from her yukata pocket, she's probably just gonna draw a card and hand it to him.
Are you handing off JP's card that he gave to you?
No, her card,
her
because
card,
she has
okay.
cards.
All right.
Yeah.
I can't always promise to be there when you need me, or at least not without some info beforehand. But you did me a solid. You stepped up. Soldiers got to repay that. Unspoken code of honor. I wish I could give you the money, but maybe you have something even more precious.
Yeah. Yeah, you could definitely say that.
So
I'll keep in touch.
Yep, similar to a vampire sheet, you have kind of a one dot. What would it be in vampire if you have someone who will like fight by your side or actually like do things more?
Ally.
An ally, okay. You have
Yeah,
kind of
an
like a
ally.
one
Yeah,
dot
I'll-
ally, where if you want some help on a job or something, it would be kind of like the lawman, because I think they can call in backup, sort of a thing. You have
Yeah.
kind of like a low grade lawman where if you give him enough heads up, then on an uncommon basis, he might be available to lend you a hand with something.
Okay. And yeah, this one isn't gonna be. I'm not aiming for like a check or to swindle anything out of him, but probably drop off a card with Bulldog as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Bulldog would be. Well, there's a respect. He's not given any extra money that he doesn't have to.
No.
But he will take your card, and maybe that's a compliment because he didn't tear it up or chew it or wipe his ass with it and throw it in your face or something. So, small victories.
He adds it to his Rolo deck.
Yeah.
So all of you, you're out of your uniforms. You could message out back, hey, we're you could meet us out front. A lot of people seem to be coming out this way, and you all. Let me make sure. I have the right layer up for this. Okay, I do. That's about some. That's fine. All right. So as you all are leaving, Outback is this back up, and then we're gonna drag you over here. In front of the Night City Convention Center, of all people, UB seems to be holding some sort of a presser, or at least there's enough media here. And as he walks out, he is speaking. There's supposed to be like a little podium in front of them, but whatever.
Okay, yeah.
The drones are hovering. People are swarming. You have the busy city, even though this is I don't know, cool or cold. I forgot what I had the weather for today. Cold and clear. Highs in the 40s. He doesn't seem phased by the cold, despite his state of dress. But Yubi is out, katana sheathed, and as you're waiting for Outback to, like roll around, catch the right lane to be close by, he is giving a speech on the perseverance of the human spirit. That no matter what technology is invented, and he's doing this in a like a medium Japanese accent, but I want to make sure I'm clear with what I'm conveying. I'd attempt one, but we're at the end of the session, and I want to get the point across. Anyway, the perseverance of the human spirit, and that while things do seem confrontational or even scary, that you should believe in yourself and you should pursue your goals. This goes a lot into his he calls himself UB because you should be you and all of this. A lot of like self-empowerment, which could include modifications if that's the course that your life takes. But a very rousing speech, very in mechanical terms, he still has a very high humanity, from how it sounds, despite maybe the looks or the suspicions of what's under the hood of his engine, or like his engine block, whatever that is. He still is coming across as stern, but wholesome and encouraging. That pain is a part of life, but it's something that you can work through, and it's something we all experience, and there's a good conveyance of all of this. My performance last night was proof of all of this, and I hope you all watched. He makes some other references to what you all know to have happened. Whatever corporation, fixer, sponsor, life, the city, it matters not. Whatever's thrown at you, persevere. Shine as brightly as you can and bring light to the dark. And in so doing, reveal the dark secrets that lie around us. And to back that up and to then play into why people say that he's named UB, which is UV, but Japanese doesn't have a V, he draws out his katana that does glow. And it glowed last night, you all saw it in the battle as well. He holds it up, and he activates it to back up the point of like shining brightly, being this inspirational, uncover the dark secrets and all of this. And as he does, unbeknownst to him, in front of all the cameras, a UV painting shows up on the glass of the convention center. The cameras, everyone working the cameras are like, huh? What? People in the audience, the rubberneckers, start bawling. They're like just bowling over laughing and just UB is confused at what the reaction is. Clearly he expected something else than laughter or pointing and laughing. And then he turns around and is in on the joke. Because if you remember from the screen sheet, Sunday was the first day of the art challenge. And a very miscreant street artist apparently tagged the convention center with UV reaction paint as the first part of that challenge.
Now we just have to know she knew that this guy would be here.
Dun dun dun. And it is here we will end your Sunday and your first big gig. Now, as
We all
of you
survived,
need to
and
sleep.
most of us will get paid.
Yes, we'll talk about experience points and money and all that other stuff. But for now, end our session. This was a lot of fun. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I guess my own creative take on running this kind of a gig or as part of the story. And you have more to carry you forward, and maybe some old things to revisit. But again, we'll talk about that in the between time. I want to make sure I can let you all go. Let's find someone to raid into, and go forward from there. You know what? We are going to go visit some other people role playing. We've had role players pop in on our stream. Let's go over. Last night was Wapelius doing some miniature painting. We're gonna go raid Down to Die RP, which is a wonderful Australian group of friends who plays at a table, but they have it set up electronically as well, so you can see them and the miniatures they use and all this. So let's go see what's happening and go have some fun. In fact, is it Cyberpunk? It might be Cyberpunk.
It looks like they're doing Warhammer.
Ooh, okay. Oh, even better.
So kind of Cyberpunk.
Kind of. All right. Well, we'll see
Much
you there,
more
everyone.
grimdark.
Take care and have a good night. Bye.